pretend that I'm somebody reading this letter. So, a month or so back, um, my mom, I don't know how she does it, how she goes through the house that's so empty, but she found a letter in the top drawer of my dad's office desk. And she took a snapshot of it and emailed everybody and said, I don't know who wrote this. And I was reading through it and I'm going, did I do it? You know, and I wasn't the easiest, maybe still not, the easiest of the kids to raise. Yes, Mark was clearly the easiest child to raise. I was a distant fourth. But when I started reading it, I remembered sitting at my dad's probably monochrome displayed IBM computer on a desk made of a file cabinet and a door with across the top because the cables fit in the doorknob hole. Keep them warm. So that was our high tech. I mean, we're pretty high tech thanks to Dad. So I'm going to read this. I think. See how far I get. So I did write this for him on a Father's Day that had to be, we'll just go 25 years ago. And so to read it a month ago or so was pretty neat. So it says Dad, superhero, father, dad, friend. That didn't take long, did it? Okay, mentor, hero. That's my dad. Pick which one you like, but I get them all. When I was young, my dad was like a superhero to me. He could do anything, build anything, fix anything, and boy, could he cook a football. I have millions of pictures in my head of sitting at the Copper Penny, which is probably now a Bank of America or something at the Sun Valley Mall. I have pictures in my head of sitting in the engine compartment while he changed the oil in the truck. I have a picture in my head of going to Sears Point Raceway when I was 3 years old. Or going on gliders, traveling, going to Mexico or Kitty Hawk, doing school projects together. We even took apart my motorcycle in New Jersey, and neither of us had any idea what we're doing, but I wasn't scared. My dad was working on it. He was infallible. What I was too young to understand is that he was human. He had to work. Sometimes he had to work in places he didn't enjoy. And at times, and at times, doing things he didn't want to. All the while, still being a superhero. And as I started to grow up, I started to see some things that were things that superheroes wouldn't allow. Things that were out of his control. The superhero can do anything, right? I started to see that he was actually just a person. My dad, just a person. That was scary. I had to accept the fact that he didn't have all the answers. My dad, the older I got, the more experiences I had, the more temptations I faced and mistakes I made, the more I realized one thing, profoundly one thing. How on God's green earth did he do it all? First of all, he had a great partner to keep the home fires burning. Second of all, he was dashingly handsome. And of course he was. But mostly he was amazing. He was a mortal man who could juggle his life, his wife, his children, his hobbies, his job, his friends, and somehow balance them all. Go to Mexico with a daughter who couldn't go, a son who was sick, a truck that wouldn't make it, and make that all seem perfectly fine to me. I know it's always okay. It's always going to be okay. Because I have my dad. Someone to confide in, someone to trust, and ultimately to appreciate. This is harder 25 years later. Dad, thank you. I know you have a long life ahead of you. To continue to inspire us and to share your dreams and love with your wife and your kids. Keep your heart and eyes open as you have for so long now, and never forget there's only one thing better than a superhero, and that's a hero. The difference is that a superhero is fictitious and you are so very real. You're my hero. I love you. Someone you grew up with without much. You lost your own father, went into the service, and still managed to ultimately turn out as passionate and compassionate as you are. That's remarkable. I know that Dad loves life almost as much as he values his family, the family that everyone is proud of. You're responsible for half of that creation and growth of this family. Team that with Mom's half, and I think there isn't a better family anywhere. So, I wish I did better. Thank you for listening.